A top 10 matchup, a beautiful night in Durham. We are underway. Some Friday night lacrosse between Princeton and Duke. It's the Blue Devils that start with the ball against Penn State, and then they've got Duke and North Carolina this weekend.
I love what I saw out of Princeton offensively. I think they had a lot of flashes versus Maryland. That's a very, very good Maryland team. They kind of kill you with death by 1,000 paper cuts, but you saw what Princeton was capable of, and I think we're going to see more of that tonight on the offensive end. From the beginning of this game, fireworks. Duke walking out.
You were impressed with the pyrotechnics tonight.
It's under the lights, beautiful night, fireworks. This is the top 10 matchup.
Great save, Jamison, to deny Chad Palumbo. Well, after the save, it went back to the Tigers. Tucker Wade with it now, sophomore midfielder from Bethesda, Maryland. Shot clock ticks under 30. Massy lets it rip, and Jamison read it the whole way for number 2 in white. All ACC, All-American a year ago. Curls around the cage. Johnston, lefty, save! Ryan Croddick, and it's the 2 goalies stealing the show early. Duke gets the rebound. Shot clock down to 5. Tigers have to hurry. We're still looking for the first goal in this game. And that's a shot clock violation. Man, the defense stealing the show in this top 10 matchup on a Friday night. Here's Matt Christmas. Scores! The long stick midfielder, Matt Christmas, opens the scoring with a flamethrower.
Matt Christmas, number 37 in white. That is exactly what Duke needed. 4 tough possessions in a row. They come down in transition. It's not always going to be in 6-on-6, but you see him push the ball there, hammers it home, puts Duke up 1-0 in this big-time matchup. And that last goal out of Matt Christmas, that was so important for Duke to just get settled in at home here. Stick work has been a little bit sloppy, but sometimes you got to push the ball in transition and just get everyone dialed in.
McAdory on the run. Croddick says no. Ryan Croddick showing why early in this game he leads the nation with 17.5 saves per game. Lost the footing, stole it away. Jack Gray has it for Duke. Well, the lone goal scored in this game was scored in transition. Duke goes quickly again. Croddick to the rescue. Here's Colter Massy, 91 in black. Deadly from deep, on the run, scores! Colter Massy ties it at 1, and finally the Tigers find a breakthrough.
This is a slick double screen out of Princeton here. Watch this, Jay. Colter sweeps over the top. First screen, second screen. That puts Duke defense in a really, really tough spot. And you have Colter Massy sweeping to his strong hand. He does get a little depth in the alley there, but he's an elite shooter, and he paints it just to that bottom right corner. That's tremendous scheming.
Jamison there on the stop. Battle for the ground ball. It's still loose, and Princeton has it. The Tigers can reload here after the save by Jamison. Shot clock at 20. This is going to be Nate Kabiri on the restart for the Tigers.
Second chance opportunity in offense. If they can get this here, that's a big momentum swing for Princeton.
Kabiri finds Wade, who fires it home. Princeton in front, 2-1.
This is a big-time play out of a sophomore, Nate Kabiri, who's had a little bit of a slower start, but this possession was massive. For him to take that Duke defender one-on-one, draw the slide, and then Tucker Wade just setting up beautifully there in the slot, allowing that ball to just drop his stick back, clean overhand stroke to the back pipe. That's fantastic offense out of Princeton.
Winding this shot clock down to 20. Now moves into attack mode. Passes to the doorstep. Good look. hits the pipe. Inches away from tying this game at 2. Princeton has time here at the end of the quarter, but Duke wins it back. McAdory feeds. Craddock make the save. Finally, Duke breaks through. Eric Maliver in perfect position. Catch and shoot. A chaotic sequence at the end of this first quarter, but Maliver makes the most of the opportunity.
Chaotic indeed, Jay, and sometimes it's better to be lucky than it is to be good. That one they thought went in, right? Tremendous ride out of Duke here, and the ball just right there, right? Drops that ball. Duke's able to pick it up. In transition again, unsettled play. This is where they're going to have to find their opportunities here. Ball is bouncing around. They have to manufacture goals somehow, and they're clearly doing it right now in kind of the in-between transition and all when the ball is bouncing all over the place.
Princeton starts the second quarter with a goal. Nobody picked up John Dunphy.
Dunphy just showing his dynamic split here. That was his first goal of the season. But man, I mean, he looks like a veteran out there. It's a 1-2, right? Completely blew by his guy. I don't think anyone on Duke was prepared for that. I know Dunphy, he's a New Jersey guy. We actually worked together. I saw that athleticism.
And we were told by the Tigers coaching staff, we're going to rotate a little more depth, knowing that they have to turn around and play North Carolina in Chapel Hill on Sunday. Great save, Jamison, to deny Sean Cameron. That had a lot of pace on it. Here's Nate Kabiri. Stings the corner! Sean Cameron blows it by Jamison, and he could not place it any more perfect than that.
Oh my Lord, Jay. First of all, the sideline celebration. Guys hitting the sniper, but Sean Cameron coming up the hash here. Just a little bit of a screen, a little bit of a piece there that Kabiri got. That's all Cameron needed to get up the hash. Low angle, and just snaps his wrist.
Your tournament resume, so if you lose in the Ivy League tournament, you can get an at-large bid.
And that's exactly why you schedule this way, Jay, but what you also risk is just potentially getting beat up in the beginning of the season and losing your confidence a little bit if you struggle with these big-time opponents in the beginning of the year.
That Christmas all over Kabiri. Kabiri gets free, curls around and scores! What a goal! Nate Kabiri!
Back-to-back screens behind the goal to low-angle shooting. This is a clinic on display, and Kabiri's confidence is at 10 right now. He doesn't care who's in front of him. He's getting up the hash, drops his stick a little bit there. Right, watch it right here. Drops his head right there, right? Just so Jamison drops his hands and then tucks that into that near corner. That is a big-time play out of the sophomore. Grind the Princeton defense down and then put Craddock in a position where he has to make a difficult save, not the low angle, and don't let him use his athleticism around the goal. Put him in a spot, you get in front of the cage and make it a dead-on shot.
Duke a little sloppy in that first quarter. 5 turnovers, not sloppy there. Pitt Johnston unleashes one, the sophomore. That had a lot of speed on it, and Duke out of the timeout, an instant response from John Danowski's team.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about, Jay. Get in front of the cage, right, dead on. Johnston is a big-time lefty. He, in my opinion, has some of the most upside in the country at the midfield position. He's getting his hands free at 12 yards, dead on. I've seen this a couple times out of Duke, Jay, where they seem to draw the slide and they get the ball out of their stick to the first adjacent pass, but then they don't know where to go with the ball next. They have to understand where the flow of the ball is going to be after they draw that attention so they can keep it hot.
McAdory rang it off the pipe. Battle for the ground ball. They're going to say it's Princeton's way. Well defended by Duke. This is more like the Blue Devils defense that we saw in that gutsy win against Michigan. Giving the Tigers no room right now. Ducking in, Jamison makes the save, a flag flies.
And let's see if Princeton can capitalize on this Duke defense. Man up, first opportunity we've seen tonight out of either teams.
And they do! Princeton cashes in on the man up. And it's a 6-3 Tigers lead. Braden Saris, the Canadian man up specialist, doing his thing.
Braden Saris just settling into the slot, and it's Coulter Massy there carrying that ball at X. No, excuse me, not Coulter Massy. It's number 10 for Princeton, Chad Palumbo, carrying at X, which is a little bit of a switch up to have him back there.
2 Tigers tonight notching their first goal of the season. This has been a full, complete team effort for a Princeton team. 6 goals by 6 different players. A lot of contact, and another flag comes in. This penalty will be against Princeton. John Danowski fired up right in the middle of it. So after Princeton cashes in on the man-up goal, now Duke extra man here for the next 20 seconds left in it.
I can't tell you how important this is, Jay, for them to get a high-efficiency shot on cage. They don't have to score it, but we cannot see stick work error.
And they cash in. Luke Graham, the transfer from Richmond, camping in on the inside. Back-to-back man-up goals in this game. John Danowski happy with it.
Coach Danowski very, very happy about that. That's just a fundamentally sound play. Eric Moliver just carrying that ball behind, and then Luke Graham just settling in, right? You'll see him right there, like that little kind of C-cut back, that banana curl back right there, and the Moliver finds him, and then it's in and out of his stick. Right? That was a very, very important possession for Duke to just keep them in this game. Don't let Princeton extend that lead. Defensive slide with that short stick matchup. I felt like he rushed that a little.
Slow, tees up Johnston, who lets it rip. And Duke makes it a 1-goal game. We were just talking about how dangerous Johnston is from range. His second goal of the night.
And you can see how fired up Johnston is. This is what coach has been wanting, right? Clean stick work, guys settling in, hitting spots, high percentage shooting opportunities. Johnston just settles in. He shows us his right hand there. Last time it was his left hand. He can do it both ways. That's huge. You're starting to feel a little bit of a momentum swing for Duke.
Top 10 matchup. Both teams have been playing great in this first half. Duke has won 4 straight faceoffs. Princeton desperate for the ball. The Blue Devils almost had another. Still loose and finally picked up by the Tigers. Zach Friedman, the junior. Big ground ball there. Princeton going quickly. How about the muscle? Jackson Green, look out. Lays the lumber and scores. What an individual effort.
Green laying that hammer on the shoulder, just completely bulldozing that Duke defender. You knew the minute he got right here, he was not giving the ball up. There wasn't a care in the world. He was taking that thing to the rack. That's just a big-time answer out of Green. Wow. You can smell it from here, Jay. He's feeling it. And this is an opportunity for Duke to just show their maturity here. Get another great shooting opportunity, high percentage. This is what Coach Danowski's really been waiting for this whole year.
Good ball movement leads to a goal. Eric Moliver. Duke 2 for 2 on the man up. That was a thing of beauty.
We're seeing Duke develop in real time, Jay. Right, it started off a little bit sloppy with the stick work, right? But we're seeing that IQ, that playing within the gray, right? Moliver getting up the hash here, not settling for it on that low angle. He got his feet up the field, right? Just fundamental overhand, paints that back pipe.
And now Massy again, weaving through traffic, sends it back to Sean Cameron. Good ball movement from Princeton on this possession. Weaving through, a flamethrower finds the back of the net. And it's the junior who's stealing the show, John Dunphy. His second goal in this first half, and he had not scored all season before tonight.
This is a coming out party for Dunphy. Watch it here. There's that split again, right? But then he shows his change of direction, his ability to absorb contact. And that's the second time he just got into the middle of the field. And Duke, on their scouting report, it must say, do not slide to him.
Kramer, Hayden McGuire all over him. Finds Tucker Wade, trying to spin his way free. Goes lefty low, and Jamison there to meet it.
Jamison loves that shot. Low angle, Tucker Wade with his offhand lefty, right? He's gonna take that 10 out of 10 times.
Duke sloppy in the clear game. They give it right back to Princeton. The turnovers have hurt the Blue Devils in this first half. They've had 8 of them.
If Princeton can strike here.
And they do! Carson Kramer, rear back in fire, and he puts the Tigers up by 3.
I see Coach Stanowski's clapping his hands there, but man, I know up top, right? A turnover to not matching up in the middle of field to a wide open shot, right? It's just really tough. They have enough guys down there. Carson Kramer, he's 6'3", right? Strong, big guy. You cannot let him have his hands free like that after an unforced error, right? That's just really difficult. Let's see if Duke can respond. Smart by Princeton here, settling back into that zone. Gonna make Duke beat them with a little bit of stick work, but I'd also like to see them dodge the zone, not just play hot potato with the ball.
Well, shot clock's down to 5. They've got to hurry here. McAdory lets it rip and scores! Andrew McAdory beats the shot clock. He is fired up. And it's a 2-goal game right before halftime.
And there's that energy out of McAdory. I gotta say, Jay, this was a little bit of a prayer. I don't know if they realized how much time was in the shot clock. McAdory set his feet. He just let that thing go. There was no way that Craddock could see that ball just shooting around the screen, right? Dropping that thing low. Cooper Kistler kind of just standing in the way there of Craddock.
An attack that features 2 grad transfers and a freshman playing together for the first time. They found a quick chemistry early in this season. Johnston picks up where he left off. Ben Johnston unleashes a flamethrower. A hat trick for the sophomore.
We talked about breakout games. Dunphy on Princeton. Tonight, it's Ben Johnston on Duke, who has the potential to be a first-team All-American level midfielder.
Really?
Right, and watch right here. Tremendous job sucking that defender out of his position, right? Duke did. That's what you have to do when you play against the zone. You have to move the defenders out of their position, get them to commit, right? Passes it back to Johnston.
Final day of February, Jules Henningberg letting the hot takes fly. Ben Johnston could be a first-team All-American.
His size, his ability to go 2 hands, right? That's a hat trick tonight. There's no reason he can't do this every single time he's out there.
I love it. And it's a 1-goal game. Been close and competitive throughout. Michael Bath, the senior captain, settles things down. Long pull goal on the doorstep. Jamison couldn't keep it out. Cooper Kistler, the junior long stick midfielder. Usually the long poles don't score from the doorstep, Jules.
He's showing his finesse right here, Jay. He caught that thing. He didn't just settle for the shot, right? Watch when Kistler gets the ball, okay? Catches it righty, puts it in his left hand, pump fake, gets in front of the cage. He looks like a natural attackman down there.
It's been more of a balanced scoring attack for this Tigers team.
But there's the switch that Massy's been looking to earn all night. I don't know why he passed the ball out of his stick. I want him to have that versus Shorty. Right, he's been trying to get that switch all day long.
Instead, they send it up top. Dunphy, the pass, great save! Patrick Jamison says no.
See Princeton starting to settle into that man-to-man defense again, getting in and out of that zone. Let's see if Duke can draw the slide and get the ball in and out of their stick quickly to the backside.
Second line midfield on for the Blue Devils right now. Cusalito, great pass, quick stick finish. Luke Graham in perfect position. And back and forth we go. 1 goal game again, thanks to the transfer from Richmond.
It starts with Cusalito, right? Dodging hard, drawing the defense, getting the ball in and out of his stick to the backside. We just talked about that, Jay. Graham setting up tremendously in the slot. He's so good at finding those little niches, right, in the defense, those little spots. Over Cooper Flag in the draft.
Not a chance. You keep your Rutgers takes to yourself. Not even close.
Oh, man, I tried to get that one in.
Oh, man. Stick to lacrosse.
Speaking of which, Johnston just almost had another goal.
Yes.
And wide open.
Great pass, McIndory! Chronic to the rescue! Massy. Swim dodge. Lost his footing. Goes to goal and scores! Coulter Massy! Wow!
Oh my God, Jay. This is a goal of the year so far. Let's start with that. That was insane. The swim right there. Both of them drop. Hesitate, right, pump fake, twister, potential leaner also.
Here's Ben Johnston. He's had the hot stick for Duke. Already a hat trick today. On the run, lets it rip again. Make it 4 for Ben Johnston.
Jay, make it 4. It should be 6 or 7, but make it 4. This guy is legit. He's too big. He's too strong. That's a fantastic stop on the defensive side of the ball for Duke. Johnston's, as a sophomore, is putting things in his own hand, and he's bringing Duke back within 1 in the third quarter. Right, it leaves Johnston potentially with his hands free for that half a second. That's what they're forcing you into. They want to see if you can stretch them out with these shots, and he can.
Shot clock down to 15. Oliver to the doorstep. It bounces in. Luke Graham. Was there a crease violation? There's a flag out. Graham saying he's tied it at 11. And it's a good goal. Count it for Luke Graham. A hat trick tonight for the transfer from Richmond. And we are tied for the first time since it was 2-2.
I got to see this one, Jay. I don't know if Graham got this off. Jay.
Yes.
I'm seeing a toe in the crease there. Pretty obviously.
Tough angle there.
But that first angle, someone's toe was in the crease. I don't know whose it was. Oh, Princeton.
It was a Princeton cleat. That's a good goal. Count it. Nate Kabiri in attack mode. And now Massy. Coulter Massy lost his footing. Swim dodge. Split 2 but lost the ball. And Duke's defense delivers again. They've played their best defense of the night in this third quarter. Risky clear. Patrick Jamison gives the ball back to Princeton. Tucker Wade. The speed, crafty player, weaving in, Jamison! Got just enough to keep it out. And Duke can begin the clear with Matt Christmas. Instead, the Tigers settle things down. Chad Palumbo.
Numbers.
Massy spins and scores! Coulter Massy fires Princeton back in front.
I gotta tell you, Jay, Macassy's a ball player. This right here, this is extremely difficult. Roll dodge, right hand, pressure on. That's his offhand. For him to have the confidence, tied up 11-11 to do this in transition, to take that shot, score it, and absorb the contact, that's big time. He could have potentially gotten underneath, bounced away, redodged.
Loses his footing again. Third time we've seen him go down to the grass. 10 seconds to shoot. Princeton has to hurry here. Swim dodge, sets up, but behind the back, Colin Burns! What a goal! We've seen some incredible goals tonight. That might be the best of the bunch from Burns.
Colin Burns off of the unbelievable feed from Chad Palumbo. Right, Palumbo, you see falling down with his right hand. Burns ducks that Duke defender stick check. Finish it around the back. Work for a fantastic possession here. It's really important that Duke can make sure they don't rush anything.
Well, the veterans, Molliver and McAdory, when the chips are down, those two usually deliver. Flamethrower from Max Slow, well read, high to high. Ryan Croddick read it the whole way.
Duke needs to make sure they flip fields so that the Princeton defense can turn their heads and not be so settled in.
Carson Kramer weaves in and scores! Carson Kramer puts Princeton up by 3.
The sophomore, Carson Kramer, that's a big man, Jay, with a full head of steam. We talked to Coach Mitchell before the game. He said one thing Kramer was struggling with is potentially getting away from that double team, but because it came so late, he doesn't have to worry about that, right? When he's got one guy on him, it's not a problem. When you slide late to Carson Kramer and he's getting that deep in his dodge, right, you're in trouble if you're the Duke defense.
Massy, crossfield pass, finds Kramer. Doesn't go to goal, though. Good save by Jamison, keeping Duke in it. Credit Princeton, they have been locked down, protecting this 3-goal lead. Under 7 minutes to play. McAdory on the move.
This is what we want if you're Duke, right? McAdory on a short stick matchup. Draw the slide.
Leads to a goal, Max Sloat, his first of the night. And it ends a near 14-minute scoring drought to pull Duke back within 2.
I gotta be honest, sometimes, Jay, we overcomplicate the game. McAdory is an All-American level player. Get him a short stick matchup, draw the slide. Immediate shot, and Duke brings it within 2.
You want the ball in 91 stick down the stretch. 5 minutes to go. Already a hat trick tonight.
No reason for Massy to rush here. He's got the matchup he needs.
Passes it off. Jamison makes the stop. This is identical to Saturday against Michigan. Trailed by 2 with 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. They won that game in overtime. It was McAdory, 2 in white, who scored those 2 goals to force overtime, and then he won it in overtime.
Ah, this is getting fun, Jay.
Oh, it's been fun. Duke makes it a 1-goal game. Big Ben Johnston, his 5th goal of the night. That's the biggest of the bunch. to pull the Blue Devils back within one.
I gotta say, Coach Stanowski's got to be thinking, why are you guys doing this to me, right? You just wait until the end of the game to get Mac going. Johnston's all over the place tonight. What another shot out at him. Look at that placement in that bottom left corner.
At times tonight, it feels like Ben Johnston is playing with a magic stick. 5 goals for number 19 in white. Face-off win for Princeton. They go right to goal! The immediate answer! Coulter Massy. Only 5 seconds between goals. Massy's 4th of the night, and Princeton restores their 2-goal lead.
Do what you do well, kid, right? Catch the ball lefty, get it out of your stick, quick. It's a simple game, right? This is Massy's bread and butter. He's been doing this for years.
Johnston whizzes another one wide. He is in attack mode right now. Time ticking down. 1:35 remaining for Duke. They've got to rescue 2 goals and they turn it over. A costly turnover. Burns elects not to shoot on the empty net. Still 30 seconds, they can kill off this shot clock. Duke forces the errant pass. Blue Devils have life here. Princeton just gifted Duke the ball. Can they capitalize? 30 seconds to go. Mac Christmas. Timeout, John Danowski. Backs against the wall. Time not on their side. Have to go quickly here. McAdory has a step, charges in, and scores! What an individual effort! Andrew McAdory! And it's a 1-goal game with 19 seconds left to play. What a goal!
Colin Burns elects to not shoot the ball down here. It's a turnover. McAdory one-on-one. This is the first time they elect not to really slide to him. They've been flushing him out all game.
Biggest face-off of the night after that McAdory goal. Duke a slight edge at the face-off X tonight. Each team with 1 timeout. Battle for the ground ball, won by Princeton. McMeekin, and a timeout taken by the Tigers with 9 seconds remaining. Jackson Green in a foot race, has a step, check out the speed, and Princeton hangs on.